Hi guys, so welcome back to the part 2 of this video on how to create this double fold on this bubu. And this is for a beginner. If you watch closely, you're going to understand everything I just did. So here, if you watch the previous video, you notice that this is where we stopped, so I'm going to continue. Now this line that I'm showing you is the shoulder. As you have parted the fabric this way, you first of all you mark the shoulder, and this shoulder you mark it using your iron. When you folded it before, if you watch the part 1 of this video, you understand what I'm saying. So you outline that mark that your iron has given. That's why I said it's very important to iron while you're cutting your clothes. Now as you've outlined this line, number one thing you do is to mark your shoulder. My shoulder is 16, so I mark 8. It simply means 16 divided by 2 because you use 2 to divide your shoulder, which is 8. If your shoulder is 15, you mark 7.5. Same, if your shoulder is 14, you divide by 2, just like that. So from this, my shoulder line that I marked before, I will first of all mark 15. I want the length of my sleeve fold to be 15 inches, the length of it. I'll go ahead to continue marking my shoulder line. So this part is the shoulder line. Remember I said my shoulder is 16 and I divided it by 2. So I mark my shoulder line, which is 8. Watch closely and you will understand what I'm doing. So this particular line now is my shoulder. What this thing helps you to do is to allow the fold to be on top of that shoulder when you wear your clothes. I've marked 8 as my shoulder. So the next thing I'm going to do is to determine the fold, the amount that I want to fold. And I want to fold 8 inches. So I will first of all measure 4. That is 8 into 2. It will give you 4, right? I'll measure 4. From that 4, I'll measure 4 again. Just watch closely. I will explain and you will understand. So I want to fold 8. The first fold, I want it to be 8. 8 divided into 2 will be 4. And that is what I'm marking. For this side, which is what I'm marking now. And first of all, we'll elongate this line so that I can understand what I'm doing. So for this side, and then I'll duplicate that same 4 on the other side. If you want your first fold to be 7, what it means, 7 into 2 will give you 3.5. So you mark 3.5 and you mark 3.5. But I want mine to be 8. That's why I marked 4 and then I duplicated on the other side. So you could see 2 box, which is 4 and 4. Now I'm going to take it over again. 15.5. This is 15.5. Where I want the first fold to be, that's the length of the first fold. Now this is for the first 4 and the second 4, because I wanted my first fold to be folded by 8. So you see the first 4 and the second 4. So I'll go ahead to mark for the second fold. Okay, so remember that I told you that the width, just what I measured now, the width of this fabric is 29. So whatever measurement I'm giving you is what you're going to work with. So we go ahead to work the second fold. So here I will measure, first of all, from that shoulder line, I'll mark 10.5. I'll come here again and mark 10.5. And then I will elongate the line so that I can also know what I'm doing. Just follow it. Why I marked 10.5 and left this part is for you to use it to fold when you are joining the clothes. Okay, that small allowance there allows you to join comfortably. Okay, so now I'm going to take the line. Starting from the last line, please, that is where I measured my 7. The last line is where I measured my 7. Okay, and I'll mark it, and then from this center line now, this is the center line, I mark 3.5 and 3.5. I will duplicate the lines, 3.5 here, 3.5 the other side, 3.5 there, 3.5 the other side. This measurement, because I've done this bubu for so many times, I've already calculated it. So if you do more than this, it will not enter. So 3.5 this side, 3.5. If you want to do 4, it will not enter. But if you want to do a lesser figure, it will enter. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So this is simply it. The first one, which is 4 and 4. Second fold, 3.5, 3.5. Gently, you will see what I'm doing. This center line is the one that you gradually hold. You gradually hold it. What I'm doing, this allows me to get the accuracy on the other side when I open this fabric. Just follow it and you will understand. Now, I'm going to use my iron to press it down so that it can reflect on the other side of the fabric. Remember, this thing we are working on, it folded. So once I iron it down, it will just reflect on that other side. I'll do the same thing again. I will pick the center of the second fold. I press it down so that it can reflect. If you don't understand what I'm saying at this point, just watch. When I open, you will understand me perfectly. But I believe you understand what I'm saying. This is very simple. Now I've done the ironing. I've pressed down. So I will now open so that you can see the other side. This thing allows your foot to be accurate and also save you the time of doing this side and doing this side. Okay. Now you could just see that the line just naturally duplicated on the other side because I used iron to press it down. So now what I will do is, first thing I will do is after I finish setting, you could see the lines, right? I'll first mark the shoulder out. You will see what I'm going to do. After I'm done doing this one, the first thing I'll do, okay, I'm just trying to mark it out here. Now I'm marking it out, okay? Then the next thing I'll do is I'll mark that shoulder. This shoulder helps you greatly. So I'll mark the shoulder. Because you're doing it with iron, so the iron will guide you. You will see that shoulder, the center. Then I will replicate what I did, which is 10.5, 10.5, 15.5, 15.5. And this is my preference. Okay, you can do longer, you can do shorter. So now I mark the same thing and then elongate my lines. Okay. Now, this is what I would do. If you try to make this way, it's going to be difficult for you because these lines are at the back. So yeah, you want to make it so you first of all you use the iron to remove the sharpness of the line and then re-iron it again because you've chopped it down. So it will be very easy. Now the sharpness comes in front. Okay. Now you do the same thing on the other one, but before then you mark out your 3.5. This is the second fold. You mark your 3.5, just the same thing that we've done on the other side. You mark your 3.5. This allows you to be easy for you when you're sewing it. So I'll do the same thing, iron it down, and then after ironing it down, I'll mark my 3 and my 4. This particular first fold is 4 inches. I mark my 4. Okay. And I'm just trying to cross check, and I notice that I'm still very accurate on what I'm doing. I'll line my 4. It's very, very simple. If you take it easy, you will just understand what I just did. So you could see now I've duplicated it, making it accurate. The fabric didn't shift and everything. So on my next video, I'm going to show you how to now join it, close, do the neck, and that's that. So it's very simple. It's something I believe you can do. And this is how it's going to come. If you follow it, this is how it's going to be once you're done joining everything. So watch my next video to see how you're going to turn the neckline and join the sides. Bye.